Ben McCormack, how are you?
All good, Jay. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Not too bad. Thanks for jumping on to look ahead to the game on Friday. Firstly, to look back on Sunday against Dundalk, a really good victory, 4-1 in the end. Um, you were involved in one of the goals anyway with a really good strike that was blocked by Andy Boyle. So how did you enjoy the game and the victory, and I suppose playing in such an important league match and the result in the end?
Yeah, it was a tough game to play in because there was times where our back was against the wall and we were defending for long periods. But I think that's you need to embrace that. You need to enjoy them moments, and I think I did. And then when we got on the ball, I thought we done well. That's when we started to enjoy it. And when the game started to open up in the second half, but yeah, it was a really enjoyable game. And then we were all buzzing to get the 3 points because I don't think we won in Oriel Park since 2012. I don't think.
Yeah, from your own point of view, you only turned 18 in April, and that was your fourth start of the season. But like, if you look at first of all the midfield that you played in with Chris Forrester and Alfie Lewis, and then the opposition, the likes of Patrick McElhenney, who's one of the best players in the league. You've got Greg Sloggett was there, Sean Murray, Michael Duffy was having a flow, particularly in the first half. So, like, for someone so young to be in a midfield with those players and also against people like McElhenney and Duffy and Sloggett, how did you find that challenge?
Yeah, I thought it was good playing against some of the best players in the league. But when you have Alfie and Chris Forrester behind you, it makes it a lot easier. That you enjoy the battle with the opposition, and I think we did enjoy the battle. It was a good midfield battle, so it was very good. Yeah.
In what ways, like, for you, is that like a step up from, say, academy football and even underage international? Like, particularly in the first half the other day, McElhenney was picking up some really good positions, and I think their first goal wasn't their only goal actually was a really good counter attack through midfield. So, like, how did you find that? And just again, I suppose people like him will pick up such good positions out of possession, maybe that you wouldn't have faced too much before.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's more tactical, like changing to what the opposition do. Like when McElhenney and Murray was coming on the inside, and then Patcham was going out wide as well. They were just creating overloads on the sides, and they were causing us problems probably first 20 minutes. But I think when we kind of changed shape a bit, then we handled them well, and I don't think they created as much once we changed shape.
Yeah, yourself and Chris seem to have formed a good partnership on the pitch. I know you're good mates off the pitch as well. So that's been nice to see. And I know he's been giving you some advice and some help in training and also in the game as well. Apart from his ability, he's quite vocal in terms of trying to help his teammates. And I know you've enjoyed becoming good pals with him as well.
Yeah, Chris helps me a lot. He's been through it all. He's played in the league, then gone to England, and now he's home. But learning from one of the best players in the league is very good for me because that's what I want to be. I want to be pushing to be one of the best players in the league, and then go to England and experience what he's experienced. But yeah, I think our relationship off the pitch helps us play well together on the pitch, definitely. And there was no getting him off that penalty. I asked for it, but I knew I wasn't getting it.
Oh, you did ask for it, did you?
Yeah, I asked for it, but I knew he wasn't going to give it to me because I've asked for a few in training before, and he turns away.
Well, that might have been your first league goal for the club, Benji, but you scored your first goal for the club at senior level anyway in the cup game a couple of weeks ago against Bray with an unbelievable header. We chatted to you briefly on LOI TV afterwards. You had a chance to have a look at it and to enjoy the goal. Your dad and your granddad, I think, were at the match as well. Having watched the video back a few times, you must be really proud of the goal, but just the actual skill of the header as well. It was a great cross by Burma, but you absolutely buried it.
Yeah, I was buzzing with the goal. A header as well. That wasn't, when you dream about your first senior goal, that wasn't the one that I was expecting, but I was so happy when I scored it because it's kind of unlike me to score a header. But the way it went in, kind of went nearly top corner, so I was buzzing with it. But all the pace was on the cross. Burma keeps saying that all the pace was on the cross. He made it, but I was buzzing, and it was Burma as well that set it up because we have a good relationship off the pitch. So it was good that he assisted me.
Yeah, I said at the start, that's 4 starts you've made and 14 sub appearances, Ben. So you've been involved in almost every game, either from the start or off the bench as well. You come on against Shamrock Rovers last Friday at Tallaght Stadium as well in another big match. So how have you found just the overall, I suppose, experience of your first proper year where you're actually either in the team or coming on most weeks, and the challenges of that and the learnings and the enjoyment and stuff?
Oh, I'm really enjoying it. It's my first proper season as senior football, so it's good to get that taste of 3 points means everything. But especially when you're going for a league and you're challenging, seeing what the training sessions are like, they kind of go up a notch when you know what's on the line, what can be done at the end of the season. But I think it's been so good, and there's no better players to play with in your first season. They've all really helped me, and I'm really enjoying it.
What have you had to add to your game as a senior midfielder in comparison to your really successful years with the academy, and previously to that with Belvedere as well? Like, what have you had to change as an 18-year-old, but as a senior player now?
I think definitely gym work, strength, and then defensively off the ball, because I think I know that technically I'm alright, that I could play at the level, but it's just strength wise, because there's some big boys that you come up against. There's no one really that is going to be weak really as a midfielder, so I just need to be as strong as possible. And I think I've came on a lot in my gym work since the start of the season, and the gaffer's been pushing me to keep doing it and keep working hard, and I have been, to be fair. And I'm starting to enjoy the gym now. I didn't really like it like the last couple of years, but I'm starting to enjoy it now, because I know what's at the end of it, and what happens when you do it. It pays off. I think I nudged someone off the ball against Bray, countered, and that kind of showed that the hard work's been paying off and that I can do it. But we played against some big boys during the weekend, the likes of Zahibo that came on, and McElhenney. That's the level that I want to get to, as physicality, be as strong as them, because technically kind of takes care of itself. So if you have the strength, that you can do both.
And the full-time aspect actually on the training pitch, 3-4 days a week and stuff. And you mentioned earlier on about the improvement you've seen with yourself physically, but you've always been known as a really good footballer, really good technique with both feet, good passer. You can take corners, you can take free kicks and stuff. How much have you seen in the last kind of 6, 7, 8 months, and maybe even 18 months, because you've been full-time for quite a while, improvements in you, the footballer, from a technical point of view?
Yeah, I've been trying to improve all parts of my game. Heading was one of them as well. We could practice that a bit, and that seemed to pay off. And I stay behind a lot after training to work on certain things. And I think since the start of the season, when I started doing it compared to now, I think it's came on so much on what I've been practicing on after training. And I think full time gives you that chance to stay behind and work on things, because you're not in a rush in the evenings, or you don't have somewhere to be. So I think that helps me a lot, staying after training with Johnny and Padge, because they help me. They really want me to improve. So it's very good to do that. And I enjoy the trainings when it's leading up to a big game, because then if you win that big game, it's kind of like, right, everything that we done during the week is after paying off. So it just goes to show that what you do in training, then when you take that into a Friday night and you get the 3 points, like, there's no better feeling. So it's kind of like that transition from under 19s when you win a game, that you don't have that buzz, to when you win a game on a Friday night. Like, there's just a certain buzz, and you can't kind of say how it feels, but there's no better feeling. Like, it's just so good, especially when you're going for a league.
Yes, I can confirm Ben as a kid, and Ben now as a first team player, has to be dragged off the training pitch every day because he loves practicing the free kicks and the passing and the shooting at the end, which is a really nice thing. Ben, one other thing I'm sure you've really enjoyed, and we all have, is the crowds being back. It's 5 wins from 5 at home at Richmond since supporters came back. Initially it was 200, then it was 500, then it was up to, you know, the full limit of 1,000 because of the last couple of games with the test events, and it will be your first time regularly playing in front of crowds. Richmond's been brilliant. Talk to me about that, and I suppose just your first kind of real taste of football with fans.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect because I've never been at a Pats game where it's full, so I didn't know what to expect. And then obviously playing through COVID, where there's no fans, you kind of get used to that. I think we were getting used to that. It was enjoyable, to be fair, but then when the fans are back, I didn't know what to expect. And then when we played against Bray, like when I was playing the full game, they kind of spur you on a bit. I remember when we played Derry and we were kind of holding on when we had 10 men. Like, I think if there was no fans there, we could have went under, but the fans really were like a 12th man. They helped us get through it. They were roaring us on, and 1,000 kind of felt like 5,000 nearly. That's how loud they were screaming, but they really helped us, and playing in front of them is so good because they've been missing for so long. So it's good for them as well that they finally get to watch us again, because I think it's probably honest to say Pats fans haven't really properly enjoyed a full season of football in a long time. So finally for them to see their team winning most weeks is good for them, and see their team going for a league as well, where we belong.
Yeah, the lads back at Richmond again on Friday, 7:45 kickoff against Waterford. The game is live on LOI TV for those who won't be in the stadium. And Ben, lastly, just on that, you've actually started both matches against Waterford this season. The 1-0 at Richmond, Darragh Burns got the winner very early on, and then the away game at the RSC was a 1-1 draw. You started the game, but Alfie was sent off quite early, and you were the one who was taken off, and eventually it ended 1-1, so it was probably a good point on the road. But I know you were disappointed, but you understood the reason sometimes that happens. So a third meeting with the man, it's fair to say they're much improved under their new manager. They have a couple of ex-St. Pat's players, including John Martin in midfield, which I'm sure you'll be watching out for on Friday. So what are you expecting from the game against a team who've picked up so many points over the last series?
Yeah, I think they have 5 wins on the bounce now, so they've been in a rich vein of form. So we have to be the ones to stop them. We can't be the ones that show up and they turn us over as well to make it 6 wins in a row. So we have to be the ones that stop them, because we know what we want to do. We want to be up there pitching near the end of the season. So games like this, we have to take all 3 points, and we know it's not going to be an easy game. There's no easy games in the league, so we know it's going to be tough. But I think if we do our stuff right, and we play how well we know we can play, I think we should do well and win the game. But saying that, if you don't show up and you don't play well, and if you don't work as hard, or things aren't going right and you turn away, then that's when teams can turn you over, because every team in the league has that bit of quality to flip a game on its head in the matter of minutes.
Great stuff, Ben. Thanks a million. Enjoy the game. We'll chat to you soon.
Cheers, Jay. Thank you.